Welcome, everyone, to this week's edition of Sports Shorts TV. I'm Ronnie Rance alongside Joel Davis. We come to you from the LeBaire Studios, as always, here in downtown Baton Rouge. Hope everybody had a great week. And this week, looking forward to Super Bowl week. You know, normally this week, I think you and I both would be a lot more fired up about the Super Bowl. But with the Saints, I'm still not over it. I don't think I ever will be.
You never will be.
With the Saints loss to the Minnesota Vikings, kind of took the wind out of everybody's sails. You're looking at a Philadelphia Eagles team with a backup quarterback taking on a Tom Brady-led Patriots team for the 8th time since January of 2002. The Patriots in the Super Bowl. Patriots are expected to win. But at the same time, those that know, NFL Network analysts and former players and ESPN, really think Philadelphia Eagles have more than a puncher's chance. But just not feeling it about this Super Bowl. It's kind of not as exciting.
It's not exciting. I mean, but a good game can make it exciting. And the Philadelphia Eagles were the number 1 seed in the NFC. They were the underdog in the divisional round. They were the underdog in the championship round of the NFC, and they won both of those games. Barely beat Atlanta, but they did beat Atlanta. They destroyed Minnesota because Minnesota had won the Super Bowl a few days earlier on the Minneapolis Miracle at the expense of the New Orleans Saints. But, the Philadelphia Eagles have a very good defense. They have a defense.
Philadelphia what?
Eagles.
Eagles. Okay.
They have the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right.
Have a good pass rush. What gives Tom Brady trouble? Good pass rush. The New York Giants ring a bell. The 2 Super Bowls that they have lost
the D-line
were
got
to
after
the
it.
Giants, Eli Manning, and the Michael Strahans of the world. Those defensive lines got after Tom Brady, made it uncomfortable for him, and that's how they beat him. That's how you beat Tom Brady, is make it uncomfortable for him. As soon as he gets comfortable, if the Saints would have been in the Super Bowl, it might have been one of those Washington Redskins over the Buffalo Bills, or it'd have been one of the blowouts. Because who's going to cover Gronkowski?
Well, that, and where's the pressure going to come up
There's
the
no
middle?
pressure. There's no pressure in the middle. You had Cam Jordan. They would have found a way to neutralize him. You got nothing else, and they got no linebackers right now. They were decimated. So it's probably best that New Orleans Saints are not in the Super Bowl.
Although I would have taken a...
I'd have taken the game.
Well, here's the thing.
I'd be having more fun.
Let me ask you this. I say that I would have taken the Saints in the Super Bowl, but when I went to the Super Bowl in January of 2010...
You didn't play. You were just there.
When I went to go to the Super Bowl to watch the Saints play, I bought tickets. I want to say I paid $1,500 for the tickets.
It's a good deal.
$1,300, $1,500. I don't think I paid more than $1,500 for the ticket. Now you can't get a ticket for $1,500. That's just since 2010. The tickets now are, $3,000-$4,000 and up.
That's so stupid.
So if the Saints would have been in the Super Bowl, I would have for sure tried to get a press pass. But if I would have had to buy a ticket or bring someone or whatever, you're talking about $4,000 just for the ticket, not for the hotel,
right.
Not for the flight, not for the food,
Transportation,
not for the Uber, all that stuff. So not for the tour of Paisley Park where Prince lived. I mean, the bottom line is it would have cost $10,000.
And what if they lose 42-10?
So then, yeah, I'm glad the Saints weren't in.
Yeah,
but I would have liked for them to have been in the championship
I just think it was a bad matchup, and then plus they got blown out by the Patriots early in the season. It was a bad matchup. Anything can happen. Turnovers can change the way that game could go, but at the end of the day, it was a bad matchup for the New Orleans Saints against the New England Patriots. However, the Jags would have been there. Did you really get excited about a Saints-Jags Super Bowl? I'd have been excited about the Super Bowl. But the whole time I'd have been like, why we got to play these guys?
If the Saints would have played the Jacksonville Jaguars in the Super Bowl, the Gulf Coast would have been on fire. You know what I mean? But that's it. Like the SEC would have cared, but no one else in the country.
The game that I think that would have been just phenomenal. Obviously, the Saints and the Patriots would have been amazing. But I would have gotten really excited about a Saints-Chiefs matchup. I'd have loved to have seen that. That's just 2 teams. They're not usually there. It's just a different. They didn't meet during the regular season over the last few years. It's kind of like a Super Bowl. It's kind of like the World Series. The World Series is always great because it comes up with 2 teams that don't really see each other that often. The Patriots are there every year. Saints seems like they play the Patriots every year. But I mean, I I want to see somebody that you don't normally see, and that would have been the Kansas City Chiefs to me. That would have been an exciting team to watch. They had a good running game. That didn't materialize. That game was never going to happen. Obviously, with the Chiefs playing as poor as they did. But at the end of the day, back to Tom Brady. Pass rush disrupts him. I think the Eagles have a chance because of the pass rush. And dude, Nick Foles has been dynamite in the playoffs. Even when he goes back to playing the Saints, he played well against the Saints in 2013. He played very well against, good enough to win that first game. And then versus Minnesota, dude had 3 touchdowns, 350 plus yards. Completion percentage was through the roof. Dude showed up and balled out.
So let's just make this Super Bowl segment real short and sweet.
Yeah,
Patriots
win.
by how much?
I hope the Patriots beat them by. I want it to be a close game. I'd like to beat.
Well, Patriots usually do play a close game.
I'd like it to be a field goal at the end. I want to crush the hearts of every Philadelphia Eagle fans because
their fans are brutal.
They're scumbags. They're terrible people. They're literally terrible people. How stupid are they? They're all over social media tormenting many Minnesota fans while the Minnesota people were visiting their town, visiting during the NFC Championship game, beer bottles, just destroying personal spaces and throwing things at people, spitting on people. Did they not realize they got to go there this week? Right. I mean, they're going to eat more boogers at every restaurant in Minnesota. They're probably going to eat some saliva. I would say, look, if I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan and I'm a cook, let me tell you, you want to see what your burger, before your burger goes out, it's going to be like this.
I apologize.
It's going to be a little this. If this is your burger meat and you're getting ready to get a burger, then I'm going to make that burger for you. I'm going to pack it real nice. I'm going to put a little tomato, a little of that, and I'm going to send that out and go, welcome to Minnesota, folks.
I apologize.
You're not going to do that?
For everyone out there if you're watching us during dinner hour.
I'm sorry. There's your burger on the ground. Let me get that hamburger. Okay, send out to table 6.
Yeah. By the way, this is a great story that came out, and that is that in Minnesota, Vikings fans went on social media, encouraged other fans to sign up to become Uber drivers so that when Eagles fans got in their Uber cars, they would take them to the wrong place.
Drop them off in the Fifth Ward.
They wanted to, instead of taking them to go see where the Twins play, they were going to go to, Wisconsin. So, anyway, Uber got a wind of all this, and it made it on social media.
There's still a few that got through the cracks.
I guarantee you there's probably a few that sneak through. And
a Philadelphia fan is so stupid, they're not going to even realize any of this is happening. They're going to Minnesota just thinking, we're going to go take over the town.
No, not happening.
They have no idea what's waiting for them.
You better not wear your green and white if you're an Eagles fan.
They will, because they're idiots.
Right. But, it was terrible, the whole experience. The thing about social media is, we always heard for years how bad the Eagles fans were, but we never really got a chance to see it up close and personal.
I have seen it up
unless you went to a game.
I have, yes.
But we saw a video of people a mile away from the stadium just getting lambasted on their way into the stadium. It's just horrible treatment. And, look, you're going to have crazy fans, whether it's the Saints game, some drunk guy on Poydras Street or whatever, Loyola, whatever, tailgating. But the bottom line is whether it's Saints fans or LSU fans, you're going to have some hecklers and some guys that take it too far. But the vast majority, as soon as you get past that jerk, somebody's offering you a boudin ball. So it's kind of, you can't lump all fans together. Philly fan is just bad.
They're the worst fan.
It's bad. They've always had a reputation, and I believe it now.
I was at the Saints, obviously the divisional round, Saints versus Philadelphia in the Dome, 2006. And before the game, it was like, am I in Philadelphia? I'm like in my town, and they're ruthless. They're just, you can't walk past these people. It's like they want to fight. It's like it's like you're talking about their kids. That's how it's like, if somebody talks about your daughter, you bow up a little bit.
Right.
It's literally as if you're insulting their children. And this is a football team. You're in my town, and you know how we are. We tease, but we're smiling the whole time. They are literally wanting to fight when they tease. Like they're looking for a fight. They're terrible people. Before the game, they were bad. So imagine after Deuce McAllister and that 8-minute drive to end the game, we left that stadium. They let it be known you don't mess with us. So none of them were getting heckled, because they end up being in a fight. So they're just terrible people. I knew it back in 2006, and they proved it again this year.
He's Joel Davis. I'm Ronnie Rance. We're here in the LeBaire Studios. Big announcement for our Sports Shorts radio show. And for those of you out there that maybe tune in, whether it's Baton Rouge, Lafayette, New Orleans, you can download the ESPN 104.5 ESPN radio app on your smartphone. Tune in to us and listen to us. Well, starting February 10th, we're going to move to Saturday morning. So we'll have plenty more on social media and right here on this show. But February 10th, we'll be moving to Saturday mornings.
Change that little logo right
yeah,
there.
we'll have to move that. But we'll be moving to Saturday mornings on ESPN Radio in Baton Rouge. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We got a lot to get into. If you're a Pelicans fan, you might want to put your tickets on StubHub, sell your jersey. It's over. We'll be back with more right after this.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows, it's an honor to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
Appliance Distributors of Louisiana are appliance experts who have been in business for over 35 years. ADL provides worry-free, full-service solutions for the whole home. ADL works with designers, builders, or individual homeowners like me when I was remodeling my home after the Great Flood in August 2016. ADL offers special homeowner discounts, just like the ones the builders get. Go to ADLappliances.com and see all the major name brands, or stop by their store on Nicholson Drive in Baton Rouge. ADL services the entire state of Louisiana, so call, log on, or stop by today. Appliance Distributors of Louisiana. If you're an avid sports fan, then you need to check out the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, located in historic downtown Natchitoches, next to the Chateau St. Denis Hotel and the Natchitoches Convention Center. The Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame is where the rich history of Louisiana sports is told through the pictures, artifacts, and by the legends themselves in video archives. Come to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame and Northwest Louisiana History Museum and visit a world-renowned architectural marvel. For more information and to purchase tickets to the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame events, visit lasportshall.com/purchase. Welcome back, everybody. Ronnie Rance, Joel Davis here in the LeBaire Studios. By the way, at LeBaire's this past Saturday, talking a little Super Bowl with Michael, the playmaker Irvin. He was in the house doing a little event.
I watched it. You had a little live feed going. Saw it on the Facebook. Nice job.
Couple things.
Were you nervous?
No. Couple things that I
You looked a little nervous.
I looked
You
nervous,
a little
huh?
sweaty.
Really?
A little
Sweaty? Well, you could tell
Maybe
that
it was the
from
lights. It was the lights.
Yeah. I wasn't sweaty at
Just
all.
across the top here.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things happening at the
Just
top
saying.
except the hair.
Just saying. It
Could
showed.
have been some sweat up there, but I didn't feel it.
It looked like you had a hat on. It was so sweaty.
You're ridiculous. So, Michael Irvin, a couple things that he passed on at this little private event at LeBaire's Casino on Saturday night that was relevant to this weekend, to this city that I didn't realize. and that is one, professed his love for Sean Payton. About how great he is. He said it was kind of ridiculous how a couple years ago or a year ago they were hearing
we were firing.
But Sean Payton should be going. He's like, well, I'll take him in Dallas right now.
Yeah,
he'll take him in
we
Dallas right now.
fired him on this show at the end of the 2016 season. The third,
and then the first 2
7-9.
games this year.
And he was so fired after the New England game.
Right.
It was
right.
Who can take over? Can we put
Yeah.
the new linebackers coach in there? Let him coach.
Yeah. But the other thing that was interesting about Michael Irvin, who's in the Hall of Fame.
By the way, I gave him an extension just a few days ago.
Congratulations, nice job by you.
He's great.
Was that I did not know this. LSU recruited Michael Irvin heavily and was really his second choice out of high school. He wound up going to the University of Miami, and of course is Mr. U. But the bottom line is he's from Fort Lauderdale, and he's one of 17 kids.
Wow.
Boy, they were dicing and slicing those hot dogs. But anyway,
His
chose
pocketbook's not quite what it could be.
right.
With 17 siblings.
Right, people grabbing you.
I mean,
and
I don't remember any of the other Irvins in the league.
Well, the bottom line is that, Michael Irvin wound up staying close to home, went to the University of Miami. It was back when they were rolling. They just won the national championship after Howard Schnellenberger. But, and his dad had passed away when he was in high school, so he wanted to stay close to home. But when he made it, he was a first-round pick, 11th overall in the 88 draft. He's got 16 other siblings looking at him going, we made it.
Yeah, we all made it.
And he's like, whoa. But he, to his credit, to this day, and of course you can watch Michael Irvin on the NFL Network and everything, to this day he supports a number of his nieces and nephews, some of them with parents that he's quite honestly said, they didn't take care of their responsibilities. So he actually has a home for a bunch of his nieces and nephews that his youngest sister kind of manages and takes care of them, and he buys a Suburban and pays for the groceries and just basically raises all these kids.
The fact that he can do that for them
Yeah.
is awesome. I mean, if you can do it, anybody, I would think that most people would do that. If their family was in that situation, he's been given that opportunity. I mean, he'll never have to worry about money for the rest of his life. Once you go into the Hall of Fame, the money can just constantly flowing in his Hall of Fame career, winning Super Bowls. He's always on the circuit. Like every speaking engagement, he's getting money. So the money will continue to flow in to his family for the rest of his life, and probably and even after, because once he's dead, he's still in the Hall of Fame, still collecting money for his family members and generations to come. So great for Michael. But you didn't mention who recruited him at LSU.
Yeah, that was a funny story. As I asked, he said, a guy, Jerry Sullivan was the reason I came on my visit. And I'm like, Jerry Sullivan, the passing game coordinator, there now?
Right.
And yep, same Jerry Sullivan. That's how old Jerry Sullivan is.
And Jerry was like
this was
80. He was like 62 in 84.
This is like 84 or something like that. Jerry Sullivan was an assistant at LSU, brought in Michael Irvin.
It's crazy.
Jerry Sullivan was a wide receivers coach under Ornsparger, and then I think even Archer as well.
That's a crazy story.
And then here he is 30 years later, back under Coach O, and has a very big, important role with Steve Ensminger on that offense. But Michael said, he keeps up with Jerry Sullivan, knows he's here, had a good relationship with him. So interesting how it all ties together. He did not play, however. He had left the year before, because it was 1988 when Miami came to Baton Rouge in the pouring rain and just slaughtered the Tigers. I think 44-3 was the score. And famously, Ruffin Rodrigue, God bless him, we love him, a great restaurant, a good friend. Ruffin Rodrigue, who was in the Sports Illustrated Faces in the Crowd. So in the back of the Sports Illustrated magazine, there was always those little boxes with a picture and some kind of accomplishment where, this guy ran for 500 yards in a football game, this guy threw the javelin 300 feet, whatever the case may be. And Ruffin Rodrigue, in a game where he was the starting guard, and of course that was a disappointing just loss to Miami. They came in and crushed LSU after the Tigers were hoping to pull off the big upset. And Ruffin Rodrigue, and I'm paraphrasing, I can't remember the quote exactly, said, "We kicked their butt all night long up and down that field everywhere except on the scoreboard." And he was serious. If you know Ruffin, he was serious. He thought we kicked Miami's butt. LSU got beat 44-3.
Wow.
So I don't know.
And then the coach from Miami flies into the Fifth Ward and picks up Michael Irvin in a helicopter.
Yeah. Yeah, he said what put Miami over the top. A lot of reasons probably did at the time.
44-3.
But Howard Schnellenberger, they just won a national championship like a year prior, and Howard Schnellenberger was a god in Miami at the time. And and Michael Irvin said, I grew up in the ghetto. And he said, I was having a high school basketball game, and Howard Schnellenberger took a helicopter from Coral Gables, where the University of Miami was, flew into the hood,
Yeah.
landed the helicopter on the football practice field, got out, went to his basketball game. He said, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. He said, all my people and everybody started coming out going, they got a helicopter out here.
We made it.
We made it. But that was a pretty good deal. So anyway, Michael Irvin was over at LeBears on Saturday. Pretty neat. You can watch him, of course, on NFL Network.
I like
all
him
week-
a lot. I
all
think
week
Michael
long.
Irvin is, he had his issues back when he was playing, but any young man in that situation with that amount of money in Dallas, around all those other guys being mischievous and doing different things that they shouldn't have been doing anyway, he kind of fell into it. But look where he is today. It reminds me a lot of Chris Carter. These are guys that went through some issues. The drugs, and Michael. He had a lot of cocaine issues and stuff when he was balling. And but to see where he is today and what he's achieved, he's a mentor to people. Obviously, he takes care of his family. He's so great to listen to. I'll never forget. Let me tell you, he had one of the greatest Hall of Fame speeches of all time. It was so passionate. It was so well written, and it was magnificent. It was one of my favorite speeches ever. Not only in the Hall of Fame, just speeches in general, because it was so touching to me listening to his story. And then you have Ricky Jackson.
The opposite of that's a speech I never want to hear again.
Never want to hear that one
Matter of
again.
fact, I don't want to hear it again or see it again because it's embarrassing
So
for the
embarrassing.
Saints. More than
But
anything.
hey, we got a who dat in.
Hey, we got a three.
We got
Willie
three,
Rowe,
yep.
Morton Anderson, and Ricky Jackson. And
Morton's was good.
And Morton's was good. Drew Brees will go in.
Oh, of course. There'll be
We-
a few Saints.
we
There'll be a
don't-
few Saints that are.
Besides Drew, in this last 12-year run, is there anybody else?
Jari Evans. He's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, but Jari Evans is one of those guys that has been.
Possibly.
He's a possibility. He's a Super Bowl champion. He's been in the league for 10 years. 10, 11 years.
Multiple Pro Bowls.
Multiple Pro Bowls. He's a guy
He's
that
a
you have to
conversation.
consider.
He's a conversation, and the fact that Drew is going to go in.
Jonathan Vilma is not out of the question at some point. Jonathan Vilma's super. When you win a Super Bowl,
Yeah, I
Ronnie,
know,
it
I know.
opens up the doors to a lot of different things. Jonathan Vilma's probably not without a Super Bowl, but he meant so much to that team, and he was a good player for a long
who
time.
might have been in the conversation? He won't now. Is Darren Sharper?
Yeah, he was going to be a Hall of Famer.
yeah.
He totally screwed himself.
That's the word.
It's unbelievable.
If he'd have just done himself, he wouldn't be in the situation
You're right.
he's in now.
That's what us smart guys do.
But I don't. Drew Brees for sure. But really, other than that, I think you're right on. Jerry Allen's going to have a conversation. None of the receivers,
No,
none of the
Colston
running
will-
backs.
Colston
Colston
will
will
go-
be in the conversation.
No, Colston will be in a Saints Hall of Famer.
Right, right.
He's not going to be a
Right.
Hall of Famer.
Right.
He never got voted to a Pro Bowl,
Right.
much less. Can you believe Michael
That's
Thomas?
ridiculous.
It is. That guy should have been in the Pro Bowl. He was
Yeah,
that good,
yeah.
but he was so quiet. Never really said anything. Kind of kept to himself. Such a quiet guy. But he was just so consistent for 10 years, man. 10 years. That guy was the man, the
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, interesting. You think back on all the success the Saints have had under Sean Payton, you would think there'd be somebody else, but no.
I'm telling you, Jari Evans to me would be. Jeremy Shockey might have a chance. Very, very small chance as a tight end. Obviously, he's.
the
it's
the
not gonna
body
be
of
anytime
work
soon.
wasn't so long. Jeremy Shockey had a gregreat run for about 5 or 6 years, but it didn't. He didn't.
ended it with the Super Bowl, though.
I know, but he didn't get to play as long as you'd have thought. And I actually met him last year. He looks great shape, and
Well, he's
he
still a
was
young
he was
dude.
supporting Donald Trump actually at Trump Doral in Miami. I was staying there playing golf on a golf trip. Just happened to be there at the same time Trump was, and Shockey came walking in to a fundraiser for him when he was
Yeah.
running for president. Speaking of the Saints, a bunch of Pro Bowlers.
Yeah.
Highest rated Pro Bowl in a few years. Played in Orlando. Drew Brees looked good. Had a touchdown pass. Michael Thomas was there. Saints were having a good time. Sean Payton was coaching. But the people that stole the show were the Ratty Kids.
Totally.
Was Drew Brees' Ratty Kids.
And I love it. It just shows, he's human. He does deals with the same.
He can't handle his kids just like you can.
You're not controlling a 5, a 7 7-year-old together. It's just not. I mean, I've raised a 5 and a 7-year-old together with one that was about 3 years older than them.
Three
It was
boys
this-
all real lumped
My,
and
my
close
three
together.
boys were the same as those 3 boys. Yeah, the 2 youngest ones getting after each other, while the older one's kind of standing off doing something. And then as soon as he's let loose, maybe he's caught up doing something, kind of like that interview, he's over there beating the crap out of those 2. So, I mean, I dealt with that for many, many years. And, you know, I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've walked outside and seen the older ones throwing the younger ones in like the bushes, like just lifting it up, taking them and literally body slamming them into my bushes, ruining my bushes. Bushes are still not the same. They've never grown back the same.
There's more imprints of bodies.
Oh,
in your
they
bushes.
are. They grow. They were so perfectly in full. Now they grow all weird. Yeah,
No, but it was great. I mean, Drew Brees was he could not control his kids, and it was on ESPN Top 10, the whole 9 yards. It was really, really cool. And after he got done with the meeting, he said, "Hey, come here," and he had a little heart
he
to
got
heart
on a
with
knee
her.
and he was like,
"Yeah, what are you doing? What's the matter with you?"
I don't think Drew knew the camera was still on him at that time.
Yeah, that's probably the last time there'll be ball boys for Sean Payton.
I think
and the Saints.
they passed the interview but got fired immediately.
He's Joel Davis. I'm Ronnie Rance. We're here at LeBaire Studios in Baton Rouge. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more Sports Shorts. Don't go anywhere.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the Grand Slam hitter to grandparents. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Relief Window. Experience Relief Window.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, hardy plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows is honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
BR Mattress Company is the only name you need to know when looking to buy a mattress anywhere in Louisiana. BR Mattress Company is located in the Live Oak Shopping Center on Florida Boulevard between North Foster and Acadian. BR Mattress Company offers all the top name brands at 50 to 75% off retail prices. That's a $5,000 mattress for only $1,500. BR Mattress Company is open 7 days a week, and owner Mitch Kimball and his staff will provide you with laser-like service and a PhD in mattress education. If you want the best night's sleep of your life, go see the experts, Baton Rouge Mattress Company.
At Peak Performance Physical Therapy, we treat the athlete in everyone, from the three-point shooter to the three-piece suit. If your doctor prescribes physical therapy, ask for Peak Performance by name, getting you back in the game of life.
Welcome back, everybody, to Sports Shorts. Ronnie Rance, Joel Davis here at the LeBaire Studios in Baton Rouge. Super Bowl week. What are your plans? I'm gonna be probably go over with my brother in Lafayette, go watch the game with the family. What you got going on? Anything?
Brass, Baton Rouge Ancient Athletes Society. We are going to be at Casey's Grill Sunday night. We always have a Super Bowl party for the club, and this year it is Kenny Carr's Casey's Grill in Prairieville. Looking forward to that.
Nice.
Do I don't gamble, but I'll do the $5 board this year. There'll be a
Right.
$20
Yeah.
board. There might even be a $100 board.
You might
for the
buy
big-
2 squares, spend $10.
I might even do 4.
Shut up.
By the way, if you are a friend of mine, his wife, speaking of brass, I've got this little armband on. You got your armband. It's Brass Strong. You can get these at Wooden Haven Furniture Company. Cassie Sheehan, who is Cassie Sheehan, you can see that right there. Also, the Brass Strong. These are $5. They go support Garrett and his wife, Cassie. She was diagnosed with leukemia, a very rare form of leukemia, 3 weeks ago. And we're trying to raise money to help this young family out. They've got 2 kids under the ages of 2, and a devastating blow to them. But we want to help out. We want to thank Rotolo's Monday night. Monday night, Rotolo's donated 15% of their entire proceeds to the Sheehan family. So you can stop by the Wooden Haven Furniture Company. You can get these for $5, and we'll give that money to Cassie and help their family out. Also, Doe's Eat Place. We went to eat there, Ron.
Yeah, after our
and
radio show.
After our radio show, and he heard us talking about it, the owner, Mr. Scott, right?
Yeah.
Dropped $200 on the table and said, give that to the Sheehan family. So people are stepping up for this young couple, and that's huge. They need every bit of help that we can provide for them.
Yeah, thanks to Scott Overby over at
Yep.
Doe's Eat Place in Baton Rouge. In Baton Rouge, a couple of things going on. First off, LSU basketball. Wow. The roller coaster has been incredible with LSU basketball this year. Now, to be honest and to be fair, we had zero expectation of LSU basketball going into this season. But Will Wade did a nice job, taking some pieces together, beating Michigan in November, beating Memphis on the road, beating Texas A&M a couple of times.
Yeah.
Playing over their heads at times. But then at the same time, you get the Stephen F. Austin loss, you get a Vanderbilt loss, on the road. But then, so they have a losing record in the SEC. But they just come off of an impressive win against Texas A&M where they dominated the Aggies.
When they were at full strength.
Right.
It's a team that was
supposed to be
top
pretty
10
decent
in the country.
And then here comes Auburn, who's having a fantastic year.
But they were on fire, Ron.
LSU went in there, and it was over with from the first tip, and they got blown out by 25.
They had 11 threes in the first half.
Yeah.
They hit 11 threes. That's hard to overcome, dude.
But
you know why I'm not worried about that, Ronnie? Because teams can't win like that consistently.
But LSU doesn't play perimeter defense.
Right, they play good defense.
Yeah.
One of the best defenses in the SEC.
Yeah.
But that's hard to guard. That's hard. Plus, as bad as they are rebounding the basketball, they're going to be worse now with what's going on with Wade and this transition with players. But they're having such a hard time on the offensive glass. But their defense overall, the hustle aspect is there, and that's what you look for. But when a team goes out and shoots 50% from behind the arc, and 11 of them go in the first half, and then I think they hit another 7 in the second half.
It
It's
was
absurd.
It was obnoxious. Wade.
They did that to Arkansas. So
they went. That's the thing. You go in on the road. Arkansas win by 20. Will Wade said, "I've never been so embarrassed as a head coach." It was the second largest conference loss he's ever suffered as a head coach. His worst one came at Chattanooga when they lost by about 40 one time to Davidson. LSU is now 12-8, 3-5 in the league. They take on Tennessee this Wednesday. The Vols are having a nice year. They're 15-5 overall, 5-3 in the league. And how about Auburn? 19-2, 7-1 overall in the SEC. First place by themselves.
Do you like how honest Will Wade is?
Love it.
You do. You
Love it.
like him calling out the players?
I like him calling out the players.
Does he
I like him wearing
remind
his
you-
emotions on his sleeve.
Does he remind you in that regard of Skip Burtman at all? Because Skip Burtman would call y'all out indirectly.
Yeah.
He's kind of calling them out directly.
I think Coach Burtman, and you got to understand too, different kinds of players, different sport. Coach Burtman, of course, who's the greatest college baseball coach of all time. He he would do it more brutally behind the scenes.
Yeah.
He didn't call you out in the media per se, or put you on blast in the media. He would call you out, you know, behind the scenes or to the team. I mean,
Give me an example. What do you mean by that? I mean,
well, I mean, for example, you know, if you were a pitcher, which was Coach Bertman's forte, he called the pitches. He worked with a lot of the pitchers. If you were down in the bullpen and you were, you know, were having a session with him and you were doing bad, he'd be like, "Hey, listen, Rance, I don't know if you're ever going to pitch here, like ever. Swear to God, I mean, that's terrible. I mean, you know." When
and you never did.
I mean, when are you ever going to throw a 52-foot curveball? I mean, when do you ever need that pitch? You know, but I mean, so he would let you know, you know.
He gets your attention.
He gets you know. And not to mention, back then the rules were different. You could change a guy's scholarship semester to semester.
Wow.
So you come in there, you got your half scholarship, you know, and all of a sudden you have a terrible fall and he realizes you're not a dude. Hey, listen, we don't have anything for you next year.
Wow.
I mean, we might need you to transfer, you know.
Asking you to
Or,
leave.
hey, listen, don't have any aid. Got to go get a guy who can hit, you know, and bring him in. You know, basically tell you to take your place.
Right.
So
And now Will Wade
So,
just-
but
just
Will
the-
Wade's a maniac. You know,
He's kind of a
he's a little
maniac.
bit of a man. He's like a little
know
bit
who
of
he's
John
like.
Brady. He's got a little bit of John Brady in him. But he's not pulling any punches, and you see it all the time with.
Like, it looks like it hurts. It's like he's in pain.
You see it with first-year coaches. He's trying to set the tone. He's trying to let people know what the program's going to be like, what the expectation is, and you've got carryover and holdover from another staff that's not used to his way. And right now, you're trying to fit it. The thing is that whoever fights through it and gets it done in the first year, they're going to be better off in the second year. And oh boy, the cavalry's coming.
Yeah.
You know, LSU's got dudes coming, and you're going to now have guys that are battle tested that can do things the right way, that have survived and made it to the next year. So LSU's better years ahead. We didn't expect LSU to be good this year. Turns out they're not. Well, hopefully they can
compete
finish
in
8
certain
and 8.
games.
Hopefully they can finish, you know,
That's strong.
in the league 500, and you know, maybe that's an NIT berth.
That's possible,
You know,
Ronnie.
We shall see. Speaking of Coach Bertman, by the way, you brought him up. This is an unbelievable event. If you're somebody who's a fan of college baseball, a fan of LSU baseball, or a fan of greatness, you need to join us February 22nd at La Berge Casino in Baton Rouge. This is put on by the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. It's a foundation. It's a fundraiser for the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, and it's called La Berge Legends of the Diamond. You see Augie Garrido over there on the left-hand side of your screen, 5 national championships as a head coach in 4 different decades. Coach Bertman, 5 national championships in just 10 years at LSU. They're old friends. They're the last time you'll ever see these two on stage together again. They're both, I think, 80 years old. We're going to have Paul Maneri there. We're going to have all kind of Division I college baseball coaches. They'll all be on stage telling their stories, taking questions and answers, and you're going to hear some behind-the-scenes stuff. If you want to know how great Augie Garrido is, check him out on YouTube. We're going to have to censor him for this thing because he tells it like it is. It's Thursday, February 22nd, the night before the LSU Texas 3-game series. Tickets are available at lasportshall.com. That's lasportshall.com. You can buy the tickets and tables online, or just give me a call or hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter handle is on the screen as well when we come back to the two shows.
Before we take that picture, can we get the picture back up on the
Yep.
screen? Can you pull that? Our producers could put that back on the screen. I want to point something out to you that I think is, you see Bertman? You see Bertman?
Uh-huh.
You notice that stance.
Yep.
Okay, hands on the hip.
Yep.
Perfect form.
Will Wade would need
Will
to watch
Wade-
that picture a little bit.
Will Wade could take some notes here.
Okay, so I want you to focus on the correct way to put your hands on the hip.
Yeah,
Okay, that's Coach
that's
Bertman, the
correct.
Hall of Fame coach.
That Hall
Now
of
let's
Fame.
come out to Joel. And Joel, will you demonstrate for us the incorrect way to put your hands
Well,
on your hip?
You don't put them here.
Yeah.
You don't put them up. I don't know. I can't. My wrist won't even do what he does.
That's what Will Wade does on
Like,
the sidelines
can't
for the LSU
even-
basketball
I don't
team.
understand. He looks
That's not
so-
your waist, by the way. It's your breastbone.
It's breastbone. He's literally has his.
He's resting his hands on his breastbone.
I mean, he's so comfortable.
Yeah.
Like who does this?
Right. Right.
I mean, I don't even get.
it
My
hurts.
wrist.
I've-
I'm dying right now.
There's a slight pull going on my left side.
My thumbs are breaking. So
This-
I'm dying.
Come on, guys, let's go. I mean, that's, Will Wade.
He's resting it.
That's a charge.
Flatten your
That's
fingers. Can you flatten
That's a
them?
charge. Ow. Ow.
It's
I've
unbelievable.
got carpal tunnel doing this.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
That's
I need a cast.
unbelievable.
I'm trying to figure out where that posture came
yeah,
from.
love me some Will Wade, but he needs to watch Coach Bertman with the hands on the
I
hip.
think that is when you're, what do they call it, when you're triple jointed?
Yeah.
He's got to be triple
Double
jointed.
jointed, triple
No,
jointed,
he's
whatever.
triple jointed with all that nonsense.
By the way,
Can Bertman give him a call? Maybe
by
they
the
can
way,
work on
Coach
that?
Bertman.
How would Bertman coach him up?
Hey, Will, listen, saw you over there on the sidelines. Few things concern me. See,
Yeah.
the boys are not going to take you seriously if you go hands on the breast. You need to go hands on the waist, much lower.
Much lower.
Just tell yourself you're putting your hands on your knees. It'll probably fall just right.
That's good stuff.
But anyway, there's a statue that's going to be made of Coach Bertman that they're going to put outside of Alex Box Stadium.
Is his hands going to be on the hips?
Well,
like that?
we don't know yet. I haven't seen what the.
I can guarantee if Will Wade.
I think they need to have a picture of a hand on the hip with a point,
You like that?
like that. Like, hey, you're terrible.
Yeah.
Or hey, come here. Whatever.
That would be a good
maybe
one.
hey, right here. That'd be a good one. Or a hey, that right there. I
a
think
mechanical finger on the end?
Right.
Now, if Will Wade wins a couple national championships
Yeah.
in 15, 20
There's
years,
the statue. That's the pick.
this is it?
Of or just look it up. Yeah, that's terrible. All right, we're gonna take a break.
I know everybody knows what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
we're gonna take a break. We're behind a break. We come back.
We love you, Coach. We're just
yeah,
teasing.
we want you to be on the show. We'll be back. Sports Shorts right after this.
Relief window. Experience Relief window.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, Hardy Planker siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows is honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
Relief windows.
Appliance Distributors of Louisiana are appliance experts who have been in business for over 35 years. ADL provides worry-free, full-service solutions for the whole home. ADL works with designers, builders, or individual homeowners like me when I was remodeling my home after the Great Flood in August 2016. ADL offers special homeowner discounts, just like the ones the builders get. Go to ADLappliances.com and see all the major name brands, or stop by their store, Nicholson Drive in Baton Rouge. ADL services the entire state of Louisiana, so call, log on, or stop by today. Appliance Distributors of Louisiana. If you're an avid sports fan, then you need to check out the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, located in historic downtown Natchitoches, next to the Chateau St. Denis Hotel and the Natchitoches Convention Center. The Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame is where the rich history of Louisiana sports is told through the pictures, artifacts, and by the legends themselves in video archives. Come to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame and Northwest Louisiana History Museum and visit a world-renowned architectural marvel. For more information and to purchase tickets to the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame events, visit lasportshall.com/purchase.
Welcome back, everybody. Ronnie Ranch, Joel Davis here in LeBaire Studios in Baton Rouge. By the way, want to let you know, some of you out there, let's just say you swung and missed on the Christmas gift. Let's just say you brought your wife some jewelry. She doesn't like it. I don't wear amethyst. Why'd you buy me amethyst? Well, I don't like that necklace. You already got me something that looks just like it last year. Let's say there's a birthday coming up, or just plain and simple. You've got a closet or at your house where all your wife's stuff is taken over the whole closet. I mean, you literally got stuff in like the guest room. That's your closet. Well, you need to give the folks over at Ruffino Custom Closets a call. That's RuffinoCustomClosets.com, RUFFINO, RuffinoCustomClosets.com. Tell them you heard it right here on Sports Shorts. They came and fixed my home up, and the closet is amazing. Although I'm not going to have anybody else sharing it with me anytime soon. I can tell you that right now.
No, you've been.
Hey! Let's keep it going here. So, the LSU baseball team last night had their first pitch banquet. Over 1,100 people showed up for the banquet. It was an incredible turnout. One of the main reasons was Alex Bregman.
Yeah.
You look at LSU baseball and LSU football right now. There's so many guys at the next level that are just balling out that are stars. I mean, not just stars here, stars period. I mean,
League stars.
I mean, Alex Bregman is now a name that anybody that follows Major League Baseball knows, and the expectation is that his star is just going to continue to rise.
He's a household name in that realm.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a fan of baseball, or even a casual fan of baseball, people know who he is.
Right.
That's a superstar, if you ask me. He's a superstar. That's big. That's great news. They have it in the NFL, obviously.
Yeah, on the Pro Bowl side, I mean, it was just littered with LSU
Pro
guys.
Bowl had 6 LSU players. You got Alexander, Deion Jones, Quan Alexander, Deion Jones. You had
Patrick Peterson, Andrew
Whitworth, who's been in the league since I was a child.
Trey Turner.
Trey Turner kind of showed up. He was a
lineman.
late add into that game. So 6 LSU players.
And Jarvis Landry from
Jarvis
Letcher.
Landry, wide receiver out of Miami.
Jarvis Landry won the drone drop.
He didn't win best hands though. You know who won that?
Yeah, it was Michael Thomas. But Jarvis Landry, representing the AFC, beat Patrick Peterson, representing the NFC, in the drone drop, where they literally drop a football from a little drone, and they have to drop it, and it has to fall within the NFL logo in the middle of the field, or if it falls outside of that, then it's not a good drop. So if you don't catch it, it's a do-over. He caught it from, I think it was 125 feet, something like that, in the air. That's 12 and a half stories. He caught the football. Now, it hit off his shoulder, popped up in the air, and he ran and caught it.
I gotta be honest with you, Ronnie. I can compete in that.
The drone drop?
There's no doubt in my mind.
Because you've never done it, so you could absolutely
Let me tell you
compete in it.
something. My name was Hands growing up. My
wait,
nickname was
wait.
Hands.
I thought you were a quarterback.
Well, not many people can do that. A lot more people can catch that can throw. So anytime you can throw, you kind of get thrust into that role. But my God-given talent was hands.
All right, so
I can literally catch. I'm not.
So how about we do this? How about we do this? LeBaire has a pool on the 12th floor.
Let's go. You got the football?
Let me throw a football.
No, you're gonna drop the football.
But I mean, I got to get it over the rail. I mean, I got to flick it over the rail. I mean, the rail's not right here, or someone would fall off. So I mean, I'm gonna have to toss it a little bit.
That's fine.
But I mean, I'm gonna toss the football, and then you'll be down on the ground.
You're gonna make this
level at the hotel on the grass.
Are we gonna
part.
make this happen?
We absolutely can make it
Okay.
happen.
Well, just tell me when.
But I mean, I want to see where Hands, 12 stories up, you're
Ronnie.
gonna pluck it right out of there.
Not a problem. And I don't use gloves, Chiefy Weefy. I got this.
I'm gonna need you to sign a waiver in
case it breaks my nose?
In case of anything happens to me or LeBaire, I want to be covered on
Have
that.
the waiver ready.
Absolutely.
Bring more than one football because I'm not throwing it back.
I mean, I don't foresee us doing this more than once or twice.
You think we could get Red Stick Sports to sponsor it and have them bring? They got buckets of balls over there.
I mean, do we need buckets?
I mean, I don't
balls?
want just one ball, dude. I mean, I give me 10 shots. I'm gonna catch at least 8.
Okay, wait.
I'm gonna catch 8 of them.
Are you really?
Am I? Yes.
You telling me if I throw 10 balls
I'm catching 8.
from the 12th floor of the LeBaire's
I may-
hotel,
you know
you're
what,
going to catch 8 out of 10?
You know, a lot of those guys catch it like this.
I might catch it like this.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
I might just.
I can't wait to do this. Are you gonna put? You gotta put a little bit of your money where your mouth is.
I'll bet
five
after
out of
the
10.
first
There's no way you'll catch 5 out of the 10.
$20.
$20, 5 out of the 10.
I get the
All right, I'm gonna
sponsorship
get
money
with
too.
you get it set up. I'm gonna get with Mickey Parrington over there at LaBerge.
I'm serious. Make this happen, Ronnie.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. Because I've never been so sure. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take that 20 you win and I'm gonna go put it on red and let it parlay 3 spins. I'm
you
gonna
go.
turn it in.
I don't even know what that means,
By the way, are you more excited about the Super Bowl between the Eagles and the Patriots, or the return of the XFL in 2020?
Well, I don't know if that's going to happen now because Vince McMahon's been accused of sexual assault 2 days after he launches the new league. So that may be going off the shelf.
By the way, and no, don't take this the wrong way, because obviously, if any woman has been sexually assaulted,
It's terrible.
They have the recourse to do whatever they got to do. At this point, I don't know if there's anyone in the public eye who hasn't sexually assaulted someone. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, it's literally unbelievable.
Yeah.
How
You know,
everyone.
You're in the public eye right now. You're in the public, so you're putting yourself under that
All
umbrella.
right, let's change the topic. Tiger.
I was telling you that if you're a former famous person, someone that's done really well in the entertainment industry at some point, and nobody's really heard from you, you kind of hear from them, but you don't really hear about these people. They kind of disappear into the wild blue yonder. The last thing you need to do at this point, in the way the world is going today, is reinvent yourself. Just don't
Just
even
lay low.
just stay
Yeah.
where you are, because I guarantee you, brother, you did something at some point that somebody did not like, and you are done for.
Well, the worst part about it is that, you know, it's so hard to, it's he said, she said at
Right,
this
you
point.
can't-
You know, for something that happened
Like Scott
years
Baio
ago
right now.
or whatever.
Scott Baio
I mean,
right now.
There's no more innocent until proven guilty.
You're guilty.
You're guilty. And then, you know, you're lucky if you get your day and somehow you get cleared. You're still going to be guilty.
You're guilty. In the public opinion, you're guilty.
There's just levels of stain, you know. I mean,
It's a lot of levels.
I mean, it's just, you know, how much stain is there? Here's the thing: if there's one person who claims
You're guilty.
a sexual harassment from 20 years ago, she's crazy. If it's 2 or more, you're done. You're done.
done.
Toast. You're done. Toast.
And you
But,
know, if it's
man,
one,
nuts.
you probably you might get forgotten about. But if it is 2, nobody forgets.
Does this move the meter? Tiger Woods, not only did he come
Pass.
back for Torrey Pines and play, but he actually, his course in his tournament, but he finished
I
23rd,
can't even believe this is in the news.
made it 4 rounds. I mean, like,
I mean, dude,
you don't care about Tiger Woods?
I don't think anybody cares. About
Of course
that.
they did. The
Nobody
ratings were
cares.
great.
Yep, but not on this show.
Well,
For
we
Tiger,
don't
there's
have
nobody.
golfers?
We have like 8 golfers. We have 8 viewers, and I guarantee you, one of them is not a golf fan.
By the way, you don't really know how many viewers we have.
How many think we got?
I have no idea. I swear, I don't.
Oh, Barney, we're the rating. We're the ratings.
I know,
for
like,
this show.
I
You get
don't
any
even.
reports.
My parents don't even watch anymore. Like
mom doesn't
they
watch.
used to.
Yeah, my
They
mom-
used to. I think they DVR'd. My family lives in Lafayette. If they're out there watching, probably not. Hey,
You
hey,
know
Dad.
why? You know why?
But they used to DVR and watch, but they're so over me and this show. It's
I do know a
unbelievable.
couple people that watch the show religiously. I do know a few people, and I want to thank you for it because
Yeah, right. Could you
because-
please go to all our sponsors?
Right.
Baker Printing, please call them to get some business cards made, maybe like a little notepad. I don't need you to get a big order. Just call them and get like $30 worth of something.
little something.
Tell Baker Printing you heard it on Sports Church, because I keep telling the guy, he doesn't believe me. He doesn't believe me.
It's free sponsorship.
Yeah, Andy, thank you. I appreciate you doing this.
Well, I mean, like the
Yeah.
few people that do watch it, they enjoy it mightily. I will say this: I don't watch the show, but every now and again I'm laying in the bed and it's on. I'll watch.
Does
the
it
show.
tickle your fancy?
Yeah, I
mean,
giggle.
you laugh at
I think
yourself?
I laugh at us. I think sometimes it's very funny. Mostly me. I mostly laugh at me because you're not really that funny. But
Yeah.
then my daughter will come in and go, "Are you watching yourself?"
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm watching the show. I'm not really.
Right.
I mean.
Because we get to see the fuzzy
they make
TV, so
fun
it's
of me.
nice to see it on the clear.
Right.
All right. So the last couple minutes, let's spend it on the Pelicans.
Oh,
Because I mean, The Pelicans had won 4 in a row, 7 of 8. They were rolling, 6th
Go
place in the
read
league.
if you're
DeMarcus
Pelicans.
Cousins is going to go be play in the All-Star game, start for the first time in his career.
Two Pelicans.
Things are Anthony Davis and future's
27
bright.
and 21.
8 seconds to go in the game last Friday
That's
against the Rockets.
insane.
Big game. DeMarcus Cousins blows out his Achilles tendon, and season over. Future of the Pelicans over. DeMarcus
Sell the
Cousins
team.
over.
Sell the team. Go read the story on Elton Brand. Elton Brand was a phenomenal
Played
player.
at Duke,
Played at
national
Duke,
champion.
Came in, played for the Philadelphia 76ers, was really having a phenomenal start. to
Power
his career.
forward, very good player.
Phenomenal start to his career. Blows out the Achilles. Never the same player. That injury led to other injuries because you're always favoring it. And just go read the Elton Brand Achilles tendon story. He tweeted out something today. It was on the internet today about how he was never able to recover. It destroyed his career. And this is a guy in DeMarcus Cousins that
He was going to
Thank
get.
God
100
it
he was
happens
going to
to
get. He was going to get 175 million over 5
Can you
years
imagine
from the
this will happen
Pelicans.
next year?
Do the Pelicans now have to make a decision at some point here very
not
soon
happening.
whether they believe in the rehab and they trust in him and give him the 100? If not, he can get a max deal from another team. There's about 5 out there that have cap space for him. It's going to cost them at least $45 million if the
terrible.
Pelicans don't give him the max
And he
deal.
fit in New Orleans, Ronnie. He was fitting in New Orleans.
If you're the Pelicans,
You can't.
you
give
at least don't give them the 175. You give them
cannot.
the max of somebody else.
Correct.
Like if everybody else can only give 135, you say we'll give you 136.
I don't think anybody's going to give him that. I think that the Elton Brand is going to scare people off. It's going to scare teams off.
I mean, Kobe Bryant. Come on.
Somebody's going to give him some money, but he's not getting 140. He's not getting 175 million. I can guarantee that.
Larry Bird, did he have the Achilles? Thought he tore that.
He had an Achilles from in his entire career.
I mean, just so sad. If
different
you
game.
got Pelicans, look, go to eBay, StubHub, put
not-
your tickets for sale. You're gonna have to throw in some nacho passes or something because nobody wants to go to a Pelicans game anyway. Go see Carly McCord Ensminger at the game. She works the stands to the Jumbotron. By the way, congratulations to her and Steve Ensminger. They got married last week.
and congratulations to that guy on the sidelines for getting a couple shots off.
How about that? Last Friday, a dude dressed up as the Pelicans in a warm-up suit got a layup in the layup
Three.
line.
He got a 3-up.
He got a 3-up. But I mean, he was a fan. He crashed
And
the
it was
court.
terrible form, but he got away
He's
with it.
Joel Davis. I don't know what that shirt is he's wearing under that brown jacket. It's like a Fruit of the Loom. We'll be back Sports Shorts next week. Hands up. If you're an avid sports fan, then you need to check out the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame, located in historic downtown Natchitoches, next to the Chateau St. Denis Hotel and the Natchitoches Convention Center. The Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame is where the rich history of Louisiana sports is told through the pictures, artifacts, and by the legends themselves in video archives. Come to the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame and Northwest Louisiana History Museum and visit a world-renowned architectural marvel. For more information and to purchase tickets to the annual Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame events, visit lasportshall.com/purchase.